So let's do these two warm-ups. We need to talk about number two. Number two is going to require a little bit of a conversation, maybe not. We'll see. But okay. First, look at this and tell me what the slope is. Just of don't try to think ahead to perpendicular. Just what is the slope of this thing? 1. The slope is 1. Okay, so up here, I'm going to make a little note that the slope is 1. And if you need help with that, just put a little baby 1 in front of the x. Okay, now, what is the opposite reciprocal of 1? -1. Okay, and if anybody wants me to show them, what you do is you take the 1 and you put it over 1 and you flip it and you change the sign. And when you flip it, it just becomes 1 again. And then change the sign is -1. Okay, and then x is -4, y is -1. Y equals mx plus v. -1 equals -1 times negative. How many negatives can I put in one problem? So many negatives. That's funny because I'm a positive kind of person. Okay, multiply those two. -1 equals 4 plus b minus 4 minus 4 -5 equals b. So y equals, okay, so you have options here. You can write -1x minus 5 if that is the best thing for your brain, or you can write just -x minus 5. Either way, those are both completely full credit. I don't care. They're the same thing to me. Anyone need anything from number 2? Are you guys getting the hang of the opposite reciprocal thing? I know it was a little hard for a little while. Okay, now number 4, we're going to do distributive property. So I like to show it with my little rainbow deal, but okay, we're going to go slow. So 8 times 2 is 16. There's 1x here and 2x's here, so that makes x cubed. And there's just 1y, so 1y. 8 times -3 is -24. There's 2 x's, so x squared. Then 2 y's, y squared. Plus 8 times 7 is 56. There's 1x. And 1, 2, 3 y's, y cubed. Okay, and those are not like terms. You cannot combine them. That's just the final answer, even though it's kind of unsatisfying. You just have to leave it. You guys have any questions about either of the two warm-ups that I can help you with? Are you sure? Now, real quick, before I move on, let's pretend I was a person who loved to do the box. So what size box would this need? 1 by 3. Okay, and you could totally do the box if that works better for you. Okay, I think we're done with the packet, so get out your notebook. Sorry. I have Mrs. Talbot's game of chance in Math 3 today. Okay, everybody. So today we are going to work on rebound ratios of different types of balls. And do you guys know what squash is? The game of squash, or not the food of squash, the game of squash. Mike, do you know the game of squash? Okay, you can write sharpen your pencil. Does anybody know what the game of squash is? Is it kind of like racquetball? No? Oh, isn't that what racquetball is? Is the ball hard or soft is my question. Yes, Landon. Okay, it's like one of the hard ones. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look at the different bounciness of balls. So we're gonna read this together. Rebound ratios. Many games depend on how a ball bounces. For example, if different basketballs rebounded differently, one basketball would bounce differently off of a backboard than another would, and this could cause basketball players to miss their shots. Oh no. For this reason, manufacturers have to make balls' bounciness conform to specific standards. By the way, anyone like a major football fan in here? Anyone a major like football history fan? Anybody hear of Deflategate? Do you know what Deflategate is? So there's do you guys know who Tom Brady is? Do you know who Bill Belichick is? Yeah, Landon, what is it? Something about it was deflating balls with Tom Brady. Yeah. So they were actually he actually already said that he did this, but they told the equipment manager to deflate the balls a little bit so that it would be easier to catch. They got a lot of trouble and they got suspended from the NFL for a long time because of it. But anyway, every time I read this problem, I think about that because they were cheating to change the bounciness of the ball. And okay, so these are the different standards for different kinds of balls. Tennis balls must rebound approximately 111 centimeters when dropped from 200 centimeters. Okay, so what that means is on our paper, they come up back up 111 centimeters from being dropped 200 centimeters. And so that means that their ratio that they bounce back up is 0.555. This means that it comes up a little bit more than halfway from when it's dropped. That's for tennis. Which one do you guys think is the bounciest of the three of the four up there? Think so? Okay. Soccer balls must rebound approximately 120 centimeters when dropped from 200 centimeters on a steel plate. Okay, so soccer balls must rebound 120 centimeters when dropped from 200 centimeters on a steel plate. I don't even know why that's a thing, but What do I know? So they come up 60% of what they're dropped. Okay, so let's check this, what you guys said about basketball. Basketballs must rebound approximately 53.5 inches when dropped from 72 inches on a wooden floor. Well, the wooden floor part makes sense. 53.5 inches when dropped from 72 inches. Zero 0.743. You guys are right so far. Wash. I think they should change this to pickleball. Everyone loves pickleball. You do? Mr. Guinan talks about it every single day at lunch. Must rebound approximately 29.5 inches when dropped from 100 inches on a steel plate at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, that's specific. Okay, so 29.5 inches rebounded when dropped from 100. I don't even need a calculator for that. Okay, so those are the rebound ratios. You guys are right. Basketball is the bounciest. Okay, now number 19. Number 19 is going to require us to go outside. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to give each of your teams a golf ball. You're going to actually need a phone today. So one person in your team is going to have to use a phone. It's going to have to be a phone that has a little bit of storage on it. And the person who uses it is going to have to be able to operate the video part. And in the past, most students have had the most success with the slow-mo feature. Okay, this is what you're going to do. Please watch. You're going to take your golf ball. One person is going to take a phone, and somebody else is going to take their notebook out with you. You're going to go outside where the measuring tapes are hanging up in the hallway. If I were you, this is just, I've been doing this for 20 years. So just in my recommendation, I would dust off the ground right underneath where the measuring tape is, because sometimes it falls and hits a leaf and then it flies like down the stairs or something for hilariousness for me, but a lot of running and catching for you. Okay, what you're going to do is, you guys see in the table where it says 200? Okay, everyone's gonna start with their ball at 200. One person, the person who has the ball, is going to put their ball at 200 centimeters. You're not gonna put it right against the wall. What would happen? It's gonna hit the wall and it goes down. You have to bring it out just a little bit from 200 centimeters. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay, then you're gonna drop it. If I were you, I would have the fourth person ready to be the ball retriever, because it might go far. Okay, what you're going to do is take your phone and you're going to attempt to video how far up it comes back along the measuring tape. So there's a measuring tape hanging there. Someone's gonna hold it at 200. You're gonna drop it. And then the person's going to video how high it came back up on the first bounce. You might have to drop it a few times before you start videoing, just to sort of get an idea of where it comes up so the person can hold their phone at that spot. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. You need to hold it at 5 different heights. Everyone in the class is going to do 200. And then you get to pick the other 4. So you could pick 100, 150, 125, 50, whatever number you want to fill in your table, but every group needs 5 data points. So you're gonna have to take 5 videos. Does this make sense? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 1 ball per table group. They all bounce a little differently and they're all old. So, you know, don't be sad if they don't bounce up as high as you would like them to. But okay, do you guys know what you need? So the measuring tapes are already hanging out there. We did that in the freezing cold this morning. You need one phone per group. You need one notebook per group. You need somebody to hold the ball and somebody to be ball retriever. And if you only have 3 people, just put the notebook down and have one person drop the ball and one person retrieve and then write the number down. Also, you might need to like verify in your video that you have the right spot before you move on. Or you can try to get all your data and then come back in here. Either way. No one's gonna join you guys. Absolutely. Guys can head out as soon as you have your ball. After Hallie. Use the bathroom? Oh, here's the golf ball. Where'd you hear that? I don't know. Okay, so I'm looking for slopes anywhere from like 0.5 to 0.9-ish. Anything in the middle, anywhere in between those is probably pretty reasonable for this, considering all of the conditions. Stuff on the ground, wind, wonky old public school golf balls. So you guys should have dots. You should have a line, the slope triangle, and the slope, and then that's it.